Welcome to Pet Chat. Pull up a chair. Stories and questions we love to share. Bernoulli's Chaos. Oh, we'll dive in.
Hello, Paula and Susan. We're starting it.
Hi, Bianca.
Through the halls from morning till night.
And Kathy.
Gives every dog a
Did you see, Kathy, that Danger Baby got their cake, their 2-year-old cake from Dorothy Ann's Bakery?
Hello to the Instagram crew. I see you logging in. Good to see y'all.
Steve's here.
Yeah.
And Plesty.
Yeah, our YouTube and Facebook people are logging in, so hello there. And then
hi, Myra.
Our Substack crew is logging in too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I wonder if I can click into that to see, but I might have a short echo here. Just a second. There we go. Cindy Lee 10, hello, saying hello from Iowa on Substack. So I'll try my best to monitor all of the chats. Okay. We should get going.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, pet enthusiasts. Welcome to Pet Chat. My name is Jason Zakowski. I'm the dog dad of Bunsen Beaker Bernoulli and the cat dad to Bricks. My co-host with the mostest is...
Hi there, I'm Chris Sikowski. I am the dog mom to Bunsen Beaker Bernoulli and the cat mom to Bricks as well.
And very warm welcome and hello to everybody on all the different social media platforms. We are multicasting to Twitter or X. Hello to the Twitter or X crew. Hello to the folks listening or watching on Facebook. Hello to the YouTube crew. Hello to Instagram. And hello to Substack. And special shout out to all of our Americans that are tuning in. Warm wishes from Canada for your July 4th. So happy July 4th. 250 years, I think that's what I read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So hello to all of the folks tuning in. We always start with some Q&A. And I know for some of the Americans, depending where you are, maybe you're waiting for fireworks, or probably from what I tell, fireworks just happen throughout the whole day. So if you'd like to ask a question, go ahead. Go ahead. We'd love to answer your questions. We usually take some Q&A right away.
Right. And I'm going to let everybody know that a major hailstorm is coming our way. So our internet might go bye-bye. And if we're on and then all of a sudden we're not on, that's why. We have no internet if the power cuts while we have the hailstorm.
I see blue sky out of the window. So
no, it was pretty nasty upstairs.
Kim, who's listening on Facebook, says hello from Indiana. We have company for the 4th of July and listening in. Okay, perfect. All right. So we got a question from Kim. We'll maybe start there on Facebook, and then I'll try to get to all the other questions. I'd love an update on Chris's stepdad.
I saw him yesterday. He's doing really well. He was on his computer. He runs the server, so he was getting that organized. And called him today because we got the alert on our phone. And I said, hey, just wondering if you got the alert on your phone. Maybe it might be a good idea to put your vehicle in the shop. He's like, yep, thanks for the thought. And now we're inside. So he's doing really well. I guess, not going into too much detail, his blood work is good. And the doctor is really, really happy with his progress. We had a Zoom call with the cardiologist who is also really happy. And, just continuing to do follow-ups just to make sure that everything is tickety-boo, that his ticker is ticketing like boo.
I love it.
Yeah.
Angela has a good question. Who's listening on Substack? So hello to our Substack crew. I would like to know how everyone's health is. So Chris and I are doing good. I think our health is pretty good. I didn't have a great sleep a couple nights ago. So sometimes I get headaches. So I'm okay. Bunsen is a little older. All the dogs went in for checkup this week and got all their vaccines up to date. So the Dr. Mike, he diagnosed Bunsen with arthritis. So we have Bunsen on some arthritis meds, but that's to be expected because Bunsen's 9. He's an older dog. So we're going to see how he does on the arthritis kind of chews for glucosamine and chondroitin. And if it doesn't seem to improve, we're going to go up a little bit with there. Bunsen he was wanting to play today on the walk. So it's not like he's doing good. But
he's doing very well.
Yeah.
Well, go
ahead.
Like we were talking, Jason, and we'll share with everybody. When Bunsen had the tapeworm cyst inside him and then that removed with kind of a life-saving surgery, absolutely. That kind of did a number on his body. So it was out of whack for a long time, I think. So we're just grateful that he still gets up and wants to play. And today, he was play bowing with Bernoulli. And so that was cute. But
Now on Chubby K8 on Instagram asks how the Bricks walk was today. And then Jen Schmidt is asking, did Bricks have FIP? So I think we can probably answer or talk about both of those. At least that's still on Angela's question from Substack about health. I was surprised. You're the one that put Bricks in the harness and put him in the backpack we didn't go on an adventure walk. It was just a short walk around our property. So go talk about that, Chris. How do you think Bricks did?
I think he did really well. The weather was super nice and calm. And I knew that because Bernoulli had his neuter just a couple days ago that we'll probably talk about. We were just going to go on a brief walk. And I was like, perfect. This will be excellent. And I put Bricks into the backpack. And he really, really enjoyed it. He had his head out and was just sniffing the air and having a really great time. Yeah. Right now he's just lying down. So of course I'm always now nervous. If you think of typical cat behavior, cats run around, cats play, cats lay down. But I'm always, very worried if he seems a little bit more subdued. So I'm just watching him like a hawk right now in this room.
No, if he's lying down anywhere, I go to check on him. I bug him. So he's probably annoyed about that.
Well, he's laying like a sphinx. So that's good. Like they want him up so he can use his lungs just perfectly. Yeah. But we did go back to the other tiki cat. So I'm like, well, maybe that was a mistake.
He's fine.
Was he allergic to it? Like, all the things.
So he was, they didn't do a diagnosis of FIP. They said the likely culprit was atypical FIP. Is that accurate, Chris? That was the likely culprit in his file.
Well, they looked at all the differentials.
Yeah.
And by looking at the whole picture, they eliminated some things, and it's not a typical FIP diagnosis because he didn't reach all of the differentials to lead to a more precise diagnosis with FIP. So they said it's they're treating him with antivirals, which we're treating him with antivirals, and they're calling it atypical FIP.
Yeah, so he's on the FIP antivirals for I don't know
42 days.
But he takes his medicine. He takes his medicine so good, like he can come for it now. He hears me rustling the paper and he comes over to get his FIP squirt. So I think it tastes like fish. I think it's good. He likes the taste of it. So that's good. It's not like I have to chase him down for it. Okay.
But that's why in pictures you see like his neck is a little bit oily, because it kind of dribbles out, I think, a little bit, or I don't know. It doesn't brush out, so I think he's going to be oily for 42 days.
Yeah. So we have some comments. If you're on Instagram, sadly, I can't put the comments up on the Jumbotron. If you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, I can put the comments up. So I'm just kind of like hopping back and forth. There's a lot of questions, Chris. People are I'm kind of getting buried here, so I'll try my best. I apologize if I miss one. This is a good one. Anne, who's watching on Facebook: do the dogs and Bricks react to fireworks? If so, how do you help them through it? I would say none of the animals react to loud sounds. Bricks doesn't like the vacuum. But we had like sparklers for Duncan's birthday, and Brooks didn't care at all. And the other dogs, like the two burners, don't care about lightning storms. And we've had fireworks before, and they don't care. But again, we don't have the kind of fireworks in Canada that the Americans have on July 4th. We have like, if I buy 5 fireworks for huge amounts of money, we do that outside our house. So fireworks are prohibitively expensive here, and you're not really supposed to shoot them off generally. So which is good for dogs and cats. I know they're fun. I love shooting off fireworks, don't get me wrong. I'm a bit of a pyromaniac, but I do know they really negatively affect wildlife and dogs and cats. Oh, Chris, you have Bricks.
I do.
We'll get to Bernoulli's neuter because we've got some questions about that. Mags Goth 20,004 watching on Instagram says, who will be taking care of the furry babies while you're in Nova Scotia? Yeah, we're really excited. In August, we're going on a pretty major trip to Nova Scotia. It's the longest I will have been away from home since we got Bunsen.
Now, Jason, did you book Waggles?
What's that?
Did you book Waggles?
No, we need to book Waggles.
Okay, because that's our plan.
Yeah,
and we asked if there's availability, and they said yeah. And I think I said, okay, we're gonna get back to you with the dates.
And then Bricks got sick, and I was gonna do that, and then Bricks got sick. So yeah, that's something I'll do. I can just email them tomorrow or even tonight. It'll be Waggles, and then your teacher friend Amy will be watching Brixie. Yeah,
I've asked her to come, and she's excited, and I just need to confirm that as well.
Okay, blah blah blah. Oh, somebody's watching from Australia. Bunsen is not the biggest boy. Bernoulli is bigger than Bunsen. Bernoulli is longer, taller, and heavier. Not by much, but noticeably when they're together. Is Bricks playing with Bernoulli again? Burke Arat asks. Bernoulli will lick his ear. Yeah. Bernoulli is playing with Bricks again, and Bernoulli jumps up to see Bricks when he's in the backpack, which is cute. Bricks doesn't necessarily go out of his way to play with Bernoulli, but he likes Bernoulli. Like, he'll go hang out with him, which is cute. Have you noticed any interactions there, Chris?
Bricks is fearless. He runs right by Bunsen. No big deal. And so.
Jen Schmidt is asking about a ginger visit. So we're not 100% sure about the next ginger visit. We're trying to work out what's going to happen as Adam and Annalise are coming with us. So somebody has to watch Ginger. She might come to our house. We have to ask the vet if that's smart. But Ginger's, like, the chance of Ginger getting FIP is the same chance as Bricks getting FIP, which is low. You have to have this
1 to 2%.
Yeah, like cats will carry the virus, and it's asymptomatic, and they'll have it just in their body, and then it mutates and makes the cat really, really sick. So the same chance of Ginger getting FIP is the same chance as anybody's cat who's listening getting FIP, really, especially if your cat comes from a rescue or you in a multi-cat household. It's just bad
So
luck.
we are going, we're going for a follow-up tomorrow. No, Monday. Just to see how Bricks is doing. And I do want to ask that question. Like, what does that mean? Like, can Ginger come here ever again?
Right.
Like, is Bricks gonna have like a relapse?
Yeah, we have some questions for the vet. Are there any questions on Twitter, Chris? I'm trying my best to go between the 3 different sites here. Catherine, who's watching on Substack, said Bricks looks so comfortable. Yeah, is he just hanging out with you? He's a sweetie.
Steve says I could use some of Benson's arthritis chews. They're called Flexidin, if you're interested. I don't know if they're human grade.
Well, you know, as somebody who's had a dog treat or 2 in my life, probably tastes okay.
You have had a dog treat. You thought they were cookies, but they were definitely not.
Good. They look so good.
Bianca says happy Sunday for us because she's in Australia, or Saturday evening for you. We've just come in from saying hello to the magpies. Paula says hello, happy 250th birthday USA, and happy 4th of July to all that celebrate. Steve was asking how Bricks and Gord and Bunsen were doing, which we've talked about all that. Steve is also in the final stages of making some ribs, smoking some ribs. Paula says that they have severe thunderstorms here where she is, which is in Connecticut, and might not be able to stay till the end. Huge storm. Kathy, as we know, says Ella shakes uncontrollably at fireworks and storms. She jumps on her lap and smothers her. Poor baby. Now, Ella, of course, is a Bernese Mountain Dog. So if you have a Bernese Mountain Dog that jumps on your lap, that's no joke.
No, it's a little bit different than a tiny Brixie.
Yeah. Paula says text from Bunsen was so funny this week. I'm going to ask about Bernoulli.
I have been trying. I don't know if the people, like, not everybody reads my text from Bunsen jokes. They are getting a following on Instagram, I have to say, Chris. It was something I would post to Instagram, and it would be, you know, I think it's just the format of it. It's weird to post them because they're long and skinny. But more and more people are enjoying them on Instagram, and I've been trying to write them maybe a little bit more walking the line of appropriateness. They're a little bit more unhinged, and it allows me to be a little bit more clever with my humor. They're a little more PG-13 than G, if that makes sense. And I've been enjoying having a little bit more freedom to write them that way. Tracy, who's watching on Instagram, says hi, Bricks. Catherine says the text, who's watching on Substack, says texts from Bunsen on Friday make my mornings. That's so nice. La Vida 2 says watching Bricks trying to steal pizza and Beaker's face expression is so common at my house. It was hysterical. Yeah, Beaker could not believe it. E.M. Murray says, can I move to Canada? Dreading tonight for my dog. Yeah, it's tough when there's so many fireworks for dogs. You can do training to the best you can to sound sensitize your dog, but there's only so much you can do. Some dogs are just really sensitive to the sounds, and you gotta soundproof your house or drug up the dog or just leave town for a day. That's what we've heard. And of course, we're never in a position where that's an issue because we live in the country, and like I said, fireworks are pretty expensive. I got that, like, how much did I spend on fireworks on New Year's? Like,
yeah, I think you didn't tell me. I think you didn't tell me.
Oh, I didn't tell you. It's probably $400, and it was like one really nice firework and a bunch of little ones. Like, they're crazy expensive. So, Julie's mom says, I think you should get costumes for the rest of the pack in nurse or dog outfits. Nova Scotia's gorgeous. Somebody said, check out Cape Breton. We are going to check out Cape Breton. There is no vaccine for FIP. Somebody was asking. Yeah, Salary 3 says Bricks responded to the treatment FIP so rapidly, it is certainly FIP adjacent. Jason, at least. True. Yeah. Brickarat. I'm not sure what that question is. Our new boy is Bricks, but Ginger is my first boy. So do you know for Bernoulli which is best for home? I'm not sure what that means. I'm so sorry. Oh, Chubby K wants to know how big Bricks is compared to Ginger. Just a little bit bigger. Okay. I think we'll get to the I'm having a hard time. We got so many good. I'm getting buried in comments. This is a good problem to have. We have wonderful comments from Substack and Instagram, and then I have just been neglecting the main site. I think we'll answer a couple more questions about FIP because there's a bunch of them, and then we'll talk about Bernoulli. Is that okay, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I'll try my best to get to the questions we missed. So, can cats be tested for FIP? So we actually talked about this in our latest podcast episode. We went through all of the research on FIP. So we won't do a good job now of explaining it. We did, I think, a better job on the podcast. There's two types of FIP. There's wet FIP, and then there's neurological FIP. And there's no one test for FIP. The vets have to put together a jigsaw of a bunch of different symptoms and diagnostic tests to test for it. There are some ways you can test it, like using like PCR, but that takes weeks sometimes and is extremely expensive. And you are needing to act quickly in a matter of days, not weeks, if your cat has FIP. And what were a couple of the tests they did on Bricks, Chris? So you can be part of the conversation.
Yeah, so of course they did tell us what's happened, what has happened recently, what are some symptoms that you, so just our anecdotal, he was lethargic, he wasn't eating, and then they did an x-ray and they're like, so that was one of the diagnostic tests, and they're like, there's some weird things happening in his chest cavity and in his abdominal cavity. We're not sure what it is. And then he filled with fluid. And so they aspirated some of the fluid and tested it. They sent the results to radiology. Radiology had a look at the results, and they couldn't really see what was going on. And then so after that, after the aspiration, then, and they told us he was full of fluid, we we asked to start the FIP medication.
Mm-hmm.
Because
it was the vet it was the vet at night, like the vet working through the night. She was all for it, and I wish I knew her name. We only saw her the one time. She was the one that really advocated for that. So
yeah, so then the test is, you know what, it's like the albumin globulin ratio.
It's globulin and albumin. Yeah. So it's two types of protein, and if the ratio is wonky, then there's probably an issue with FIP. And Bricks's was fine for the most part.
And he didn't have a fever.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of the typical check boxes were not checked off with him. And then we went and had echocardiogram on Saturday, last Saturday. So, and
his heart is perfect. So they were worried he had
two Saturdays ago.
Yeah, some congenital heart issue that was causing the fluid to build up in his chest cavity, and nope, his heart is perfect. So, as people said, and as we say, because he responded dramatically to the FIP antivirals, it's most likely was FIP, as with the vet said. Okay, let's talk about Bernoulli. Oh, how much do you have to pay out of pocket for all that? It was very expensive. We have pet insurance, thank goodness. And we are very fortunate.
Well,
we could afford it.
We've submitted the paperwork.
Yeah, we will. Some of it will get insured. Yes, and again, we're in a very fortunate position that we could pay for his treatment. So, we can maybe talk about the nitty gritty of the monies later, but it varies wildly from Canada to the US, and we live in a smaller city to a big city. So probably what people would pay in the States would be different than what we paid here. All right. Let's talk about Bernoulli, Chris, because he's kind of our big story. Yeah. So I don't want to disconnect my computer. Oh, there's Brixie. I maybe can move my camera enough so you all can see there's Bernoulli in his cone. He's kind of a sad guy right now, which makes me sad because he's always so happy. So it was time, and Chris and I made the decision to neuter Bernoulli, and we had a lot of people asking questions on social media about why, because didn't he have a vasectomy? What's the point of it? So when male dogs reach a certain age in most places, and this is what a lot of people have told us, if you leave your male intact, it limits where they're allowed to go. Bernoulli was never aggressive to other dogs ever, and he was never aggressive to other people. But there's always that risk that with all of that testosterone, there could be issues. So Waggles, where we train our dogs, and they have daycare, they have very specific rules about age cutoffs for male dogs remaining intact. And we were
yeah,
go ahead. Yes.
And that protects the dog that is intact, but then also other dogs. So if you think about it, like the bullied, and the bystander, sometimes a dog can get picked on because they're intact, or sometimes the dog would be the picker-oner of another dog because they're full of the testosterone and that kind of thing. So it just really helps. So we went with a vasectomy to lower that, but to keep his testosterone so he can grow effectively. That's the reason why we did it, because research shows that the longer you wait, the better it is. But it's a bit of a toss-up because, you want your dog to be able to be socialized and out and about, and you don't want a negative interaction at all. Yeah.
So Chris and I chose to have a vasectomy for Bernoulli because we needed to wait 2 years. That the new research has come out with giant breed dogs that neutering them too early has the potential, not always, but the potential for more serious health outcomes as they age, joint issues specifically. And maybe, who knows, that's what we're seeing with Bunsen, because he was neutered at about 1, I think. 1 and a bit, something like that. So the new research is after 2 years, there seems to be no difference between neutered and unneutered dogs with giant breeds. And our vet actually brought that up, right? Because that was like something with the research that I found from a paper, and we talked about on the podcast. And then the vets have been, that's the new advice, at least our vets gave us. So waiting 2 years to have Bernoulli in group classes or playing with other dogs, that was way too long. And we talked to Waggles, and they were on board with this partial method, where a vasectomy wasn't a full neuter, but then that eliminated the risk of Bernoulli impregnating a dog that went into heat early or something like that. He still has all of his male hormones. And
that's not to say that he was perfect.
No,
there was like he needed more timeouts or more supervision. Just because of that. Over time, like as like those, I guess when you're a teenager, it's like the storm and stress and all those hormones. It's the same thing for him. So he still had those things, and he was impulsive, and
he
made some poor choices, and he got into trouble a couple times. When
he was around 1, he was in trouble lots. So he was in, like, for about a month there, I think he was making them crazy, and they were maybe regretting their decision to make that deal with us. But because we have no interest in having baby Bernoullis, as cute as that would be, and I know people would come from far and wide to get a little baby Bernoulli, and Bernoulli would be a great daddy. He would. We made the decision to neuter him because we waited the 2 years. And
That's
really
not entirely true.
okay.
I did look into reversing a vasectomy in dogs.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
I did. I emailed
Yeah.
and was asking, what can you tell me about the snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap?
Yeah.
How many vasectomies can a dog have reversed? And the answer is not in Canada or not anywhere close to where we are. And the success rate of reversing it in a dog is not great. So you're spending a lot of money for potentially no reason. So, but I wanted to exhaust that option just in case, you know.
I remember this. You did say that if you could be reversed and Bernoulli we could have puppies, then you would just become a stay-at-home dog mom with all of the puppies.
What did I say that?
Yeah, and then if we had, like, they have big litters, you would not be able to give away 10 puppies. We would have an army of puppies at our house. Like, you would grow so attached to them. You would grow so attached to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the Bernoulli story.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put him where he can go to the bathroom.
Yeah, it helps with bone growth. Are your dogs neutered or spayed? Burkarat asks. Yeah, they all are now. They all are. Kristen Lee says, thank you for using the word wonky. My cat had a vet from Canada and my cat was walking funny. He asked how I said wonky. He said he never heard that word before. Oh, we use the word wonky all the time. Silence from Chris. Okay. All right. So the other big story, and we're working behind the scenes on, is the brick stuffy. So we released. Oh, hey guys. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, no. Calm down. We released a picture of the brick stuffy, the back of it. We're really close. We're waiting on confirmation on Monday. We were really hoping we'd be able to start the pre-sale for it this weekend. But we're waiting on Monday for confirmation of about one more thing. And then we'll be able to start the pre-sale on the brick stuffy. And I think it's
the 4th of July weekend. So people probably are like, well, we're busy doing 4th of July type things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So it's coming. We're hopeful to have the pre-sale next week. I know I always say we're hopeful, and I keep saying all these like words that we're going. It's just been a really slow process. And our main person that we've been working with is no longer with the company. I think that was part of the slowness, but I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah.
Well, we can't speculate. They've been very professional.
Yeah.
About it, and
it just takes time to make it as perfect as possible. I guess that's what we're trying to say. We don't.
Yeah.
And Bricks has such a unique face that's been a slow part, is trying to get the coloring of him as perfect as possible. So like, that's the last thing, is we're just waiting on confirmation on the face, and then we'll show everybody what it's going to look like. But man, that looks just like Bricks from behind, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute. And it has a little smirk. Now the Paw Pack is our paid community. They've actually seen the preliminary photos, so they've seen more than everybody else. And the pre-sales are actually going to start there first. So from them. And we have some fun stuff that's going to be in the pre-sale. So yeah, I know a lot of thousands of people were commenting and liking and being excited about the photo. So we're really excited to bring that to you guys. And then Yeah, and then of course that's one way that we're our small business, makes some money for all the social media stuff we do is people support us through our products. So we're also excited for that too. Okay, any other questions, Chris?
No. Oh, not on social media here. No. But sometimes Twitter doesn't show them to me right away, and I look after later, and I'm like, there was something in the chat that I didn't address.
I should have brought the
show me every
prototype
time.
to show everybody live. I forgot it. It's upstairs.
What type?
The bricks prototype. We have it.
No.
We can't show people the back of it.
No, we can only the back of it.
Yeah.
No. They can look at the picture.
Gabby says happy 4th of July and happy Canada Day. Canada lost today in soccer or football, so they're out. They got destroyed by Morocco. Was it Morocco that destroyed them?
3-0, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's the farthest.
But the Sea Otters at the zoo at the Vancouver Zoo predicted that. So they had like two flags. Yeah, they had 2 flags side by each, and one of them they were made with salmon. And one of them was Canadian flag, and one was the Moroccan flag. And the Sea Otters went and got the Moroccan flag first and ate all the salmon, and then they went for the Canada one after. I think it was at the Vancouver Zoo, but it was the little otters. So cute.
Anyways, we're still proud of our soccer team, our football team. It was the furthest Canada's ever got in the history of Canada at the World Cup. So, very exciting. And, a lot of Canadians were watching the soccer, at least checking the scores, the football. Sorry. I keep saying the wrong term there. Yeah, they'll get better. So a couple questions. Somebody was asking, Jen was asking about the paw pack. Yeah, it is tough to explain the paw pack. So we had a Patreon for the longest time, and it was like what podcasters do, because Chris and I have a podcast, and we're like, hey, the podcast is free, but if you join our Patreon, it's a way you can support the work that we do. And I just grew disillusioned with what Patreon could offer, because I didn't just want people to support us. I wanted to give back to the fans that were supporting us that way. And then we found Circle, which is the platform the Paw Pack is on. And there's 3 different tiers, and there's a bunch of freebies. We post content every day that's like special content there. And then we have a live chat with everybody on Sunday, which is a lot of fun. Plus, there's lots of other stuff that happens there. Anyways, long story short, is that in our newsletter, I'll try to make sure there's a link to how you can sign up to be on the Paw Pack, and it's on our website. I'll just share my screen and show you guys how to get there if you care.
And then you can put it in the Chiron for everybody to see.
Yeah, so we're not expecting anybody to, you don't have to do this. We do all of the content for free anyways. It's just for folks that want to support us. So when you go to our website, Bunsen Burner BMD, you can see the moose legs. We've got some new brick stuff out. Look at the Gravity Confirm shirts. They're really cute. You'll see Join the Paw Pack up top. And when you click on Join the Paw Pack, then it tells you the 3 different tiers, because Patreon has tiers and the Circle has tiers, and then what you would pay per month to support us. Okay, that's how you get there. You do not have to do this. This is just if you would like to. We would love the support, but as Chris and I say, we love the support, but it's not needed. It's okay, though we do appreciate it. Okay, so that's that. And you were saying something about the Chiron, Chris?
Yeah, you could put Bunsen Burner website. Here it is in the Chiron.
Yeah, there we go. Okay,
so if you're viewing live, then you can see this at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. And I did miss a question from Baking Chick. Gastroplexy for Bernoulli. No, we did not elect to do the gastroplexy when he was neutered, which is the stomach stapling. And I don't have a good reason why we didn't. We just didn't. So
we didn't for Bunsen either.
Yeah, we just didn't. Maybe we should have. So we just didn't.
You never know.
Yeah, maybe we should have.
It helps for bloat, for sure, because he's a big barrel chested
Chris,
dog.
did you just get an emergency alert?
Yes. Oh, there's a tornado in our area.
Great. So if you see the roof of our house fly off while we're doing live, a tornado has whipped through and destroyed our house. Yeah. I just got that update from the government. We have like alerts that get sent out if bad stuff's going down, and we've just got one for a tornado. Great. Do you want me to go outside and check?
No.
Okay. All right. Oh, this is cute. The Vets mix. Oh, what's that? There's another new one, Chris.
Immediate cover in the basement or interior room if weather threat approaches.
Okay.
It's
I'm
the
just gonna
same thing.
No, I'm just gonna go check outside. 1 sec.
Do not go outside. Just go look out the windows. Hi, everyone. So if you're just tuning in, this is Pet Chat.
And then turn off my this.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, everyone. If you're just tuning in, this is called a show called Pet Chat. And Jason and I run this show, and we spend time at the start talking about the stories that have happened in the week with our 3 dogs and our cat. So we have Bunsen Beaker and Bernoulli, as well as a little cutie cat named Bricks. As this is happening live, everything happens when it happens. And right now we have a tornado alert in our area. It's imminent, but maybe not. It's just in our coverage area. So Jason has gone upstairs to check if our house is still here, or if we're in Kansas and I need to get my red shoes. There's no place like home. Then, so the show normally goes where we share stories about our pets and we answer questions from folks in the audience. If you're familiar with our show, you know that Jason runs all of the tech, and sometimes he talks about the tech and I say, hi, I'm Jason. Welcome to my tech talk, because it's really involved. And so he can look at all the comments on Substack and Instagram and Facebook. I don't have that luxury. The comments that I have access to are the ones on the audio show of X. So that's all I have access to. So I will look to see if anybody has made a comment in the chat here. Yes, Steve says be watchful. Bianca says safety first. Jason and Chris, thank you for that. And here we have take cover. Don't talk to us. Well, we're in the basement. We're already in the basement. So
we have clear blue sky above us for all around the house. I did go outside and check.
You went out physically outside. You took your body out of our house and okay.
What's the worst that will happen? I just get sucked up into a tornado?
That would be the worst that would happen.
I've seen a tornado. I've been close to a tornado before. They're horrifying. So I kind of know what's going on with that.
Okay. I'm going to go get Bricks out of the laundry room.
Okay. Yeah. Don't go outside. Stay inside. Okay. I think we should probably, because I'm being facetious and sarcastic, I think we'll end the show here. It is pretty serious when we do get a tornado warning. Like, seek immediate shelter means in our area somebody has seen a tornado, so one could form at any point. So I think if that's okay with you guys, we'll end the show. It kind of makes sense to do that. Yeah. We'll have some video and pictures if a tornado goes through. Yeah, all of the dogs and everybody's downstairs. Yeah. But Chris,
we're all downstairs.
Chris, I told
everybody.
I
have these on, Jay. These are Bluetooth.
Bluetooth. Yeah. I think we'll end the show Just so
I'm
we can
sorry,
be
everyone.
more alert. Yeah. We did our best.
I'm a
We
little
answered
stressed.
a lot of we answered a lot of good questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the onboarding of the questions, I was sharing how we run our show. Then we normally do chat from the audience, but
Yeah.
because there's a tornado.
Yeah. Okay. We'll stop. We're safe right now. It looks like we've got blue sky. Don't worry about us right now. It's just somebody in our area has seen a tornado touchdown. That's what that usually is. Okay. Take care, everybody. We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming. Sorry about the tornado.
Okay. See ya.